Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the greatest games of all time, and chances are you're playing it for the first time. So I'm going to be giving you an overview of some of the game's core mechanics and systems to help you thrive in the Wild West. You should also subscribe for any future guides and videos. There will be timestamps in the description along with any other useful resources you may need. So let's get right into it. Clothes make the man, or in our case, allow us to survive. The clothing system is very in-depth and detailed. Let's start with the basics. You can match any item you want for the most part, allowing you to look your best in any situation. Clothes also affect your resistance to both hot and cold temperatures. So for cold weather, you'll want some heavy jackets, while for hotter weather, a shirt with rolled up sleeves should suffice. Your clothes also have an impact on how others in the world perceive you. Wear a funny hat, and you'll be made fun of. Or dress well, and people will take notice. And the most important detail, your clothes can help you with the law. Simply changing your clothes and appearance can prevent people from recognizing you, ensuring that you will avoid any unwanted attention after committing a crime. You'll be able to use over 45 weapons during the course of the game, all of which have a purpose and role within your arsenal. They must be cleaned and maintained in order to function properly. The more you use a specific weapon, the more Arthur will become familiar with it, allowing him to reload faster or use it more efficiently. Weapons are also your biggest asset for hunting food and other supplies, with each weapon being used for a different animal. They're indispensable for any outlaw, whether it's shooting up a rival gang or hunting for food out in the mountains. Rifles, revolvers, shotguns, pistols, and knives will be sure to come in handy, not to mention the dynamite and throwing knives that you will have at your disposal, making you the deadliest creature in a 500-mile radius. Your health, stamina, and Deadeye are represented as cores with outer bars that track your use of them. It's important to know the distinction between the core and the bar. The core determines how fast the outer bar will replenish and requires you to eat, smoke, or drink in order to replenish it, while the bar allows you to take more damage, run for longer, and spend more time in Deadeye. If you have no food, you can hold down the Y or triangle button to rest. This will fill your cores without needing to eat. Your horse is your only friend out in the wilderness. There are a great variety of horse breeds, whether they're out in the world or in stables found in each region. You will unlock more horses in the stables as you progress through the main story. You can customize the saddle and appearance of your horse after completing the mission Exit Pursued by a Bruised Ego. This mission will also allow you to hunt legendary animals, which I will cover in a future video, so subscribe to stay updated on them. Aside from your horse, there are various ways to get around the world. You can hitch a ride from strangers, purchase train tickets, use boats or canoes for the water, and hire stagecoaches for small towns without any railroads. You can also unlock fast travel from your camp by upgrading Arthur's Lodging, which will be available after the mission Moneylending and Other Sins 1 in your camp ledger. In order to craft items or clothes, add more detail to your camp, or just make some extra money, you will need to hunt almost every animal in the game, and learning the best ways to hunt will be essential for the best results. I will be covering hunting more in depth in a later video, but for now I'll just explain the basics. You should use the appropriate weapon to ensure you get the perfect pelt. You can store the carcass of animals on the back of your horse, along with an unlimited number of pelts. You can only hold so many of one animal part. Smaller animals like birds and squirrels will be stored in your satchel. You can study animals with your binoculars and learn how to identify their quality. The quality is represented by the amount of stars the animal shows when you observe or aim at it. 3 stars being perfect condition and 1 star being poor. For hunting, you should prioritize getting perfect condition animals. On your travels, you will find all kinds of food, alcohol, and smokes, along with ammo and tonics. These supplies are common and very useful to have, since they will help maintain your weapons and cores, ensuring that you can spend more time away from towns or camp. Hunting also provides supplies like crafting ingredients and meat that can be used to maintain your cores or make arrows or and other special weapons. It's important to always have an inventory of these items when you venture out into the world. Not to mention you can sell an excess of these items to shop or fence for some good money. You can craft a variety of items at any campfire or with your item wheel early on. You can also find recipe pamphlets throughout the world that will allow you to create more complex recipes. You can craft anything from ammunition for your firearms, arrows for small and big game, as well as meats and remedies for both you and your horse. Your camp is your main base of operations during Red Dead Redemption's story. Here you will find all of the Vanderlink gang members whenever they're not out in the world completing jobs. You can also perform chores to increase your Deadeye and honor levels, hunt food to increase morale and supply, upgrade your satchel, add furniture to the camp with the pelts of the animals you've skinned, upgrade the camp with lodgings and better storage capacity, or simply partake in small side missions with other gang members. It's a great place to interact with the gang while getting some much needed downtime in between story beats. Shops are found throughout the world and will allow you to buy and sell supplies, remedies, meat, hunting and fishing equipment, as well as weapons or ammunition. General stores allow you to buy a variety of food, drink, and smoke items. Doctors provide you with powerful tonics. Gunsmiths allow you to purchase weapons, ammunition, upgrade gear, as well as customize your weapons, while fences provide recipe pamphlets, masks, and other not so legal items. Stables let you buy new horses, as well as customize both your horse and saddle. Butchers sells and buys meats along with hunting supplies, while the trapper allows you to craft the legendary animal outfits, satchels, and so on. The honor system is simple. If you perform good actions, you will increase your honor. Should you perform evil actions, however, you will lose honor. Your honor will determine how others in the world interact with you, the prices of items at shops, the rate at which you loot rare items from bodies, as well as dialogue, cutscenes, and outfits you can unlock throughout the game. I'll be having a guide to increase honor as fast as possible in the near future. A bounty is placed on you if you are caught committing a crime. However, you will only receive a bounty if a lawman discovers you while you've committed said crime. So to avoid this, you'll want to keep witnesses to a minimum. And if someone does witness you commit a crime, you can threaten or dispose of them in order to prevent the authorities from being alerted. This is just an overview of the bounty system as it is very detailed and in-depth, so I will be making a separate video explaining it at a later date. Now for the best part of this guide, a simple way for you to make $500 at the very start of Chapter 2. It involves selling a gold bar to a fence. Luckily, you can visit a few fences around the map before completing the Emerald Ranch mission with Hosea. So, from camp, you'll want to head down to the river and go left. On the left side of the road, you'll find the abandoned town of Limpany. And behind the desk at the sheriff's office, you will find a lockbox which contains one gold bar and a recipe pamphlet. Now, all you have to do is head to Valentine, get on a stage court or train, two roads, and sell the bar to the fence for your $500 at the very start of Chapter 2. And that brings us to the end of this guide. You should know the fundamentals for thriving as an outlaw in Red Dead Redemption 2. I will be covering some of these concepts in greater depth in future videos, so be sure to subscribe and hit that bell to stay up to date. And be sure to comment anything else you would like me to cover that was not mentioned in this video. Bye and have a good one.